Hello, welcome to Middle School Speaks. I'm your host, Bella, and Kayla is my co-host. Today, we will be talking about the controversial topic of whether the government should invest into space or Earth's problems. Now, Kayla, could you please tell us about yourself?
I'm Kayla and I'm 13 years old. I selected this topic to research because I'm young enough to have a long future ahead of me. I don't want to be worried about the world ending or resources being depleted for my own children. Solving the problems of Earth is a priority.
I'm Bella, and learning about discoveries outside of Earth's atmosphere is very fascinating to me. Seeing outside of our atmosphere puts me into perspective of how big our universe really is, and life without all the inventions from space would lower the quality of life.
Where we currently live is where we should spend our money. Earth's issues are critical. They're immediate. The amount of money being spent on space exploration with the little immediate value is a real problem. Maybe there are inventions and advancements by the time things are discovered and turned into a real Earth applicable solution. Time is wasted. We need to spend money where the problems are, not where some pipe dream of what may come so far down the line.
That's a good thought, but many inventions have come from space travel, including phones, GPS, smoke detectors, and ski jackets. Things take time. They don't just appear out of nowhere, and solutions to life-changing things also take a lot of time. It's not going to all of a sudden someone has an idea and it turns into a real thing. Not only have there been inventions, there have also been medicines created from space travel. Also, there are some things that are out of our control, like the sun's diameter and brightness increasing. No amount of money can stop that. Society needs to invest into space exploration because Earth will become uninhabitable. According to Nelson Bridwell, a writer for Space News, although our home planet may be a paradise today, hundreds of millions of years into the future, it will become a hell. As I have mentioned before, the sun's brightness and diameter is increasing, which will lead to the ocean evaporating and temperatures so high that Earth will not be able to sustain life.
Even though you're right, space is an important part of our atmosphere, I feel that we should be spending the money the government gets here on Earth, because if we use that money in space, it isn't doing as much as it could to help us on Earth. We can use that money to plant more trees or get rid of pollution, or to save animals in the ocean and get rid of the trash in our oceans. Space is not helping the ocean take trash out of it. Space is putting more trash into it by things crashing and landing in the ocean. We should be using the government's money on Earth to help us and many more generations. I appreciate that you are thinking about millions of years into the future, but right now the issue is that I'm concerned with that there are people starving all over the world, with food shortages being a primary concern. While I think it's great you cited ski jackets as being a result of space exploration, I'm not sure ski jackets are going to help those struggling with who don't have clean water.
I do understand that there are people starving and don't have water, and that is a real problem. But have you ever thought of how ways to help those without water have come from space? Surprisingly, space exploration has helped to figure out ways to purify water and to extract it from the Earth. According to NASA, in 2002, an exploration geologist who was using Earth imagery from NASA's Spaceborne Imaging Radar to locate underground resources realized the images could also lead him to subterranean moisture. This radar was flown on a space shuttle during a project by NASA to help Earth. A new method for purifying water was created for when astronauts had to go to space, but it is now used to purify water on Earth. I know that there are still people that need water, but this has helped a significant amount of people get water that don't have it. Inventions that have saved many lives have come from space travel. An MRI is one of the many inventions from space. MRIs are used to diagnose people with diseases. Therefore, there are many lives that are saved from inventions from space.
Even though MRI has saved many lives and helped people, spending this money on Earth is important because there are doctors that can do the same thing and so much more. And this money can help us so that we can have a great place to live for many more years. Waters and land are polluted, and space is not helping when things launch into space and they fall into the ocean, causing more pollution for our Earth. While I think it's a solid point, Bella, that you've considered the kind of pollution created by space exploration doesn't help, it actually hurts it. When things are launched into space, they come down somewhere, and that somewhere is Earth. Objects from space are constantly polluting our water and land.
That is a valid point, but have you considered that launching a spacecraft isn't the main cause of pollution? Human activities, including planes, cars, and power plants, produce a significantly greater amount of greenhouse gases. BBC News states the percentage of fossil fuels burned by the space industry is only about 1% of that burned by conventional aviation. Getting rid of space travel isn't going to stop pollution or even significantly affect it. Also, there isn't much debris that falls into the ocean because most debris burns during re-entry and only a very small portion actually lands in the ocean. And that very small portion has little pieces that don't harm the wildlife. Space travel has given us a lot of knowledge that has benefited the planet. Learning how other planets thrive and survive helps our planet to improve.
Even though this has helped our planet improve, there is so much more we can do to make it better. And by using the money the government has, we can plant more trees, get better transportation, and save animals that are starving with no food. The money could do so much more to help the earth and the oceans. It is very important that where we live has a good environment, or in hundreds of years, it won't be the same. There will be trash everywhere, waters will be polluted, grass and trees will die. The money being used on space exploration far exceeds the money being used on ocean exploration. Compare $5 million in 2023 on ocean science projects to the $7 billion spent on space. Why are we pouring money into habitats that are not Earth, when we have massive resources that cover 70% of Earth's surface that we have not yet to fully explore?
NASA's current budget is approximately $25 billion, but not all of that money is used on space. Some of that money is even used to help ecosystems. One of NASA's main goals is to help the Earth, not to hurt it. It's true that the budget is very big, but not only has NASA helped us go to space, it has benefited the country financially. NASA has provided over 300,000 jobs nationwide, and it has put more than $75 billion into the economy. The amount of money put into the economy is 3 times the budget, so NASA is helping to improve the country financially. The National Space Association states, since the 1970s, NASA has hovered between 1% and 0.4% of all U.S. government spending. $25 billion is a lot of money, but statistics from NASA show that the budget for space exploration is actually a small fraction of the U.S. government spending money. I can see that you did a lot of research. Instead of coming to one conclusion, I was thinking that we should make a compromise. The point of view you shared is something very important and worth listening to. The government should split the investments between space travel and Earth's problems.
I appreciate debating this topic with you, Bella. You've done a great deal of research and you have supported your feelings well. It certainly gives me a lot to consider. I do feel that maybe a compromise needs to be looked at. I think a great budget for all the areas on Earth, such as food sources, clean water, the ocean, air, and soil pollution, needs to be looked into further. One thing is certain, we both believe there is a lot of work to be done to ensure a safe and long-lasting experience and existence for Earth creatures.
Thanks for listening to Middle School Speaks, and we'll see you back here next time.